thanks for being here tonight. I want to say that I'm so excited about this program. I've been in Durango for 8 years. I'm the mom to 2 kids at Needham Elementary and a stepson at Mountain Middle School. And I'm so excited that Durango has choice available to us as families in terms of what we can do for our kids. And the LINK program, the internship program for the junior class, I think is a fantastic example of experiential education. I think it's project-based learning, like to the nth degree. So I am super excited to help you all find great internships and have great experiences this year. I invited Shannon and Hunter to join me tonight because I'm the newbie and these guys are the experts because they went through internships last year. So they're going to be speaking to their experiences and hopefully giving some advice to the juniors in the room as well. But I need you to push buttons. So look at a glance, just sort of the who, what, where, when, and why. Juniors from Animas High School paired with mentors who are professionals in their fields. 3-week-long internship that promotes community involvement and connects classroom learning to the world outside our walls. Where businesses and organizations in Durango and beyond. And when for this year coming up, it's March 3rd through 21st in the spring. And why, the big question, why do we take the juniors out of classes for 3 weeks in the spring and send them out into the world? So there's 5 main goals of the LINK program. We're helping students thrive in a professional setting. We're helping them refine their college and career goals. We're helping them use what they learn in our classrooms. We're helping them make positive contributions to our community. And then we're also helping them develop a strong sense of self. And then it's project-based learning in the extreme. And then the next one. So I'd love to invite Shannon and Hunter to come and talk for a few minutes each. And what I'm asking them to talk about is giving the juniors in the room and the families in the room a little bit of advice about how to choose an internship and a project that they will love, and why LINK matters, what you might learn and discover. So, Shannon, do you want to start?
Sure. So just to give you guys an intro, I went to Santa Rosa, California, and I worked at Medtronic, which is a global medical device company. They make all kinds of medical devices, heart valves, heart pumps. I almost guarantee you know someone in your life who has something from their company in them. That's one of their favorite things to say there. So I actually worked with Alice a lot, and she did some marketing stuff, but she was actually more in diversity and inclusion, and she did some talent acquisition. And I worked with her to get an internal website up and running for their diversity and inclusion site group. Because I'm really interested in going into business, and I like the marketing angle, and kind of looking at graphic design a little bit and how things kind of fit together and getting people to look at a site. So I spent a lot of time looking at other sites that were similar and putting cool photos on ours so people would look at ours. I actually chose my internship because my aunt works at Medtronic in their talent acquisition department. And so I got connected through her, but I ended up working with one of her, but I ended up working with one of the people who was on her team, Alice, who also did some other stuff.
How about advice or reflection on what you learned out of the experience?
What I learned out of the experience? I learned that I'm actually really interested in marketing, that it's something I really do want to pursue. I got to work in a really professional setting. I got to, on a casual Friday, I went to work dressed like this. And that was a really interesting experience to have to set myself up to meet the professional standard there. And it was just, I got to meet a lot of really interesting people, and I got to hear a lot of interesting stories about how they came to the careers they had, and get to know a lot of different backup stories and what had influenced their lives and how they ended up in their careers. And a lot of them ended up there in very chaotic, mixed up ways, which kind of made me feel better because I didn't have to have this super straight path figured out, because I could just end up somewhere. And I like that.
Okay, so for my internship, I was with a spine surgeon in Durango. So I did not travel far away like Shannon did. I did a 10-minute car ride, which is very difficult in rush hour traffic, I may add. But anyway, so for my internship, I was with a spine surgeon. I got a tour with him around his rounds, getting to meet new patients, which I cannot tell you about, secret. see. My whole first day was involving signing a ton of paperwork, promising I wouldn't tell anything that I can't. And there are a lot of rules, believe me. So I got to go around, meet new patients, get to see really cool things. But definitely my favorite part about the whole thing is I got to actually go into surgery with the spine surgeon. And I was privileged enough that I got to stand next to him on about 14 surgeries. So I got to look in to see what his hands were doing inside the spine. I won't tell you all about it, just in case some of you are blood-ish. But the main thing I was hoping to get out of my whole internship experience was to see if I was afraid of guts, blood, and gore. Luckily I'm not, so my dream to be a surgeon is not ruined. I still have a few 10 years to go until I have that achieved. But the one thing I can say though about choosing my internship was that I first started off trying to go to Children's Hospital in Denver, and I started right off the bat. First day of school, I started doing it. I conferences with Rachel like 3 times a week. But then, and I had it all settled out until December, actually no, January, when all of a sudden I got a phone call saying, sorry, but legal doesn't want you there. So I had to start from scratch.
Can you blame them?
Well, I'm not going to respond to that. But luckily though, Rachel gave me good advice, and I made sure I still filled out the paperwork for Spine Colorado. So it was a smooth transition, but I would say always have a backup. And don't be afraid to kind of go for the long shot at the beginning, because you never know how it will pan out. I mean, I thought I had it until January. And then also I'd like to mention that to choose a good internship, try to choose an internship that you will be talking about endlessly, that you'll want to talk about endlessly, because as Shannon can contest, as soon as all the juniors got back, our teachers probably didn't hear us stop talking about all of our internship opportunities and what we learned and how much we enjoy it and how much we still wish we were there. And I'd say that pretty much is what Link is. It's basically having fun, learning a lot of new things, and at the end you also get free food.
That they're referring to Rachel. So Rachel Sands, for those of you who don't know, has now moved full-time into college counseling. She ran the program the last 2 years, which is why I have stepped in to coordinate it this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and does anyone have any questions that Shannon and I can answer about the internships?
We can hang around for a couple minutes after.
Yes.
Great. Thanks, you guys. There's just a couple more slides. So I'm not going to read through this list, but just so folks get an idea of where Animas High students were last year, it's an incredible diversity of internship placements. And as we've heard, some close to home and some further afield. And then the next slide, I just wanted to let you know that this is not a program where you're figuring it all out on your own from home. There's programmatic support in place. You've been hearing a little bit about this junior seminar, and so that's 1 quarter in the fall semester, 1 quarter in the spring semester during SIG and Hex Law, and it's Link College Counseling Test Prep, so that's what we were hearing about from Elaine and Jennifer. And then there's also power lunches, which I'll be organizing, so this is an opportunity for community members to come on in during lunchtime and talk with students about professional experiences, what they're doing in the community. That's a way for students to learn about options that are out there. And individualized meetings and communication, you will all be hearing from me. I will be meeting with all juniors one-on-one, hopefully by the end of September. Class visits as needed. I'm going to try not to cut into humanities classes too much, but it'll happen some. And then site visits, I'll get out to as many sites as I can to check them out, make sure that these are great placements for our kids, both before internships and also during internships. And then exhibitions, so at the end of it, when they all come back, we'll celebrate together and support their work in that way by showing it off to the community. And then finally, I just want to put out a plea for, I think we all here are the program's greatest resource. So if you are someone who has great ideas about topics or speakers for Power Lunch, or great mentors or businesses or organizations that, and not necessarily for your own child, but maybe that's not an interest that your child is expressing, but you think, boy, that would be great for someone else. Please email me or contact me with those ideas, because I'd love to be able to follow up with them. And my email's there, but it's also on the website.